Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Neo and Abdul Discuss, Episode 2. Before the episode, I would like to briefly apologize, because for reasons that I won't explain, the audio in this episode is fucking awful. It's awful. However, you can still hear everything, it just sounds really bad. But I think that this is a really good episode, and even though it kind of sounds like shit, if you listen to it for like 10 minutes, you'll get used to it. Please still give it a listen despite the awful audio. Thank you.
Welcome to episode 2 of Neo and Abdul Discuss. Last episode, Abdul recommended the film Parasite to speak about. Most people really liked Parasite. Let's begin with our ratings of the film. Abdul, what did you think of Parasite? What would you rate it out of 10 to begin with?
I found it overrated, and my rating would be 5 out of 10.
That's a controversial opinion.
Wait, you give yours, yeah.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's like there are scenes which are like some of my favorite scenes ever. Like there are some parts I love so much, but there's just a few things holding it back ever so slightly from being like a 10 out of 10, but I think it's still like one of my favorite movies. I think like it's kind of similar to Killing of a Sacred Deer. Like when we watched Killing of a Sacred Deer, I was like, it's not a perfect movie necessarily, but in terms of just like the sadness and the disturbingness that movie gave me, it's like one of the best. And that's kind of how I feel about this. Like, it's not a perfect movie. I have more issues with it than I did Killing of a Sacred Deer, but it's just like as far as like thrillers go, it's got to be like one of the most intense. It's so fucking intense.
Listen,
like you're shitting. Like I was shitting myself. Like
first 1 hour, I really didn't feel anything except for sympathy. Yeah, I mean it was a good portrayal of what I'm guessing is a big problem in South Korea of like
class divide.
Yeah. I just felt like, I mean, it did do a good job, I did feel like bad for them and whatnot. I think the cinematography was also really good. That one scene, where they're folding the boxes, yeah, and the boss lady of the pizza company comes in the van, and what I thought was like really like genius, yeah, the director what he did. So you know how the mom is initially like hostile towards that lady?
Yeah.
Slowly, like, because they've messed up folding the boxes, yeah?
Yeah.
So slowly, all the family, they start like crowding around her and like pressuring her. Yeah. That made me feel like that was like genius. And it's one of the few things that made me bump up the rating a bit. But
that's a very specific.
And it just struck me. It struck me because
I get that.
It made me like feel for the boss because I felt like claustrophobic as well. Because you notice how the space in the shot, it keeps like closing in.
Yeah. Like it's a very good like. If you watch the scene with no audio, you can understand like what's going on. And I think a lot of the movies like that, and that's also one of my like. I love how cinematic it is. Like it kind of like there's a point when you're making a movie where it's like you can choose between being realistic and being like really cinematic. And this movie definitely sacrifices some like logic to be more cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
So like some parts are kind of dumb, but like it's so cool. Like the dumb parts of this movie, I wouldn't change them because they're like over the top to make a more cinematic movie. And I think that sacrificing like a lot of the logic to be more cinematic, I think that's a good decision for this movie. For the most part.
No, see, because I would agree with you up to like 1 hour 30, yeah? Because
when the basement stuff is revealed.
Yeah, I think that's when the movie just fell apart.
But I get it. Okay, wait. Let's begin by talking about the first half of the movie.
Yeah,
it's almost like two separate.
But I mean, I just have praise for that part, because you really feel for the characters. You know, the acting as well. You know, it's just like it's just good. You know, especially the fumigation scene with
When
what
they open the window
yeah.
the spray inside, yeah.
I don't know. It was all like just really real and gritty. You know.
Yeah. My favorite thing about the first hour and a half is how concise it is. Like
It feels
shows
grounded.
yes, but for me it's more like it shows you everything you need to know and nothing you don't. Like it's so like for example, like when he starts tutoring her, there's one scene of him tutoring the girl, and the next scene he's recommending his sister, and then the scene after that, there's no scene where he's talking to his sister like, okay, so we're gonna say you're like, what was it again? Like you're my friend's cousin, some shit
Something
like
ridiculous,
that. Yeah, something like that. Instead, they have her already at the door, and then they repeat it in the, you know, when she's doing this.
Like it's rehearsed, yeah.
Yeah, they rehearse it, and again, like, it shows, like, all the information in, like, such a, like, a snappy kind of way.
Yeah, I mean, I was hooked, you know?
Yeah.
Like, instant. Like, even by the poster itself, like, it intrigued me. Like, that's why I initially watched it as well. Because have you... Yeah, but have you noticed the poor people, the poor family, they have a black bar over their eyes, and the rich family, they have a white bar over their eyes.
I haven't seen the poster in a long time.
No, because it's really sick because it shows, you know, like, you know, parasites don't have eyes, yeah?
Does it depend what the parasite is?
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, like,
mosquito a parasite?
Yeah, I guess, but you know what? But like, you know, parasites on trees or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know why that eyes are covered out in the poster.
Wait, I have a theory. Maybe it's because, you know how they live in a semi-basement.
Yeah.
It's the reason their eyes are black is because they're in darkness. No one pays attention to them. But the rich family is in white.
Because it just looks cool.
Okay. No, but come on, it has to be there has to be a reason that it's separated, like black and white.
Before we go on talking about the movie, did you know that there's a black and white cut of this movie?
Why would
the director re-released another version of this movie in black and white? I didn't watch it though. It's like the most like pretentious shit ever. Like,
but I think the color in this movie was
the color's like one of the best.
Yeah. You know, in the scene,
it's because it was popular, and I guess you just wanted people to watch it again. So it's like, now I'll make the black and white version.
No, that's terrible.
I know, it's so dumb. I didn't watch it.
The colors of the house, you know, the so modern house. Yeah.
Oh, well, you know that house was built only for the movie.
Really?
Yeah, someone probably lives in it now, but they built it for the movie.
Oh, that's sick.
House. Yeah, I know, that is sick. So, like, it actually does have that basement. It has all the floors.
Mm. The basement as well. It's connected.
I'm almost completely sure.
Oh yeah, North Korea is a real problem, you know.
Yeah, no, that is actually. We'll get into that later.
Okay.
That's about the second half of the movie. So wait, now let's talk about everything up until the basement reveal.
No, I was hooked, completely hooked. You know, I felt for like all the characters and everything. I don't know. I also found it kind of like a comedy at times. You know.
Yeah, no, it is funny, and I think that's smart because, like, the poor characters, like, they're cool, but like, kind of assholes. Like, what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah, especially in that scene where they were like bullying the boss lady, the one I just told you about.
Yeah, but I more mean like fucking poisoning the fucking maid.
Yeah.
That was fucked up. And that's the scene where you realize like they're not great, but you like. That's the thing I like so much. Like the movie starts and they're like poor.
Yeah.
And you need to understand that they're poor and they don't like being poor. But they literally only show them being poor for like 10 minutes, but they just do it very well.
Yeah.
Like so many other movies, I feel like they'd spend like another 10 minutes just showing them being sad and poor. But they did. There's like only like 3 scenes of that with like the fumigation, the pizza boxes. But it's just done so well. Like you just get it. You get it enough so that they continue. But when they don't fuck up things, I think what makes it very good is that the rich family aren't complete assholes. Because that would make the movie so dumb.
Yeah, no, but they're stupid.
Really dumb.
Yeah.
No, I think that. Okay, that's one of my tiny problems with the movie. There's like 1 or 2 scenes where the fucking mom was just like a bit too retarded, and it pissed me off. It's like this isn't like mainly when the fucking daughter who's teaching the son the art stuff says that like
schizophrenia zone.
Schizo, like, and then she like believes that like so fucking quickly. It's like it didn't annoy me that much, but it's a tiny bit. Like you have to suspend a bit of disbelief.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I guess that's why it's a comedy as well, you know.
Yeah, because if it the first half took itself completely seriously, it would be way more dumb. But like it kind of it admits that the rich family is really fucking stupid, and like the poor family talks about how dumb the fucking mum is. So like at least it admits it, and because of that, it doesn't annoy me that much. But like I feel like I don't know, it was slightly unbelievable.
Yeah, especially in the montage, you know, when they're poisoning the maid.
Yeah, when he pulls the ketchup on the tissue.
Yeah, that's as well. Oh yeah, wait, about that scene, you know.
My favorite. Can I just say, that's like one of my favorite scenes ever.
It's the music as well.
So sick. It's so sick.
You know the dustbin they used. It's actually like some 200-pound like German like top grade like the dustbin community would know about this. It's some like really expensive dustbin that he pulled out the tissue out of. And I think
that's them putting a lot of effort into the
movie. And as well, you know the table they hide in like near the second half of the movie.
Underneath when
that's like a designer piece as well. I found that I was like, and they actually like put a lot of thought into like the set pieces and everything.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. I like the amount of attention to detail. Okay, so you know I said that montage where people in the maid is like my favorite scene in the movie. It is. I fucking love it. It's one of my favorite scenes ever. And I saw the movie like once like 2-3 years ago, something like that. So when I was watching it again now, I knew how much I loved. No, I saw it 3 years ago. I knew how much I loved that scene, and I was waiting to see if it still held up. And like as soon as it was done, I wanted to rewatch it. It was so fucking cool, like the way like it builds up, and then the final like shot where it picks up the bloody tissue. But that's like another example of like them sacrificing logic to be like more cinematic. Like if you actually think about it. The risk, like how risky it was for him to like last minute put some fucking ketchup or whatever it was on the tissue. That could have got the whole thing busted. That could have got him caught. But he did that so they could have the awesome shot where like he picks up the bloody tissue. And like in retrospect, it's a bit fucking dumb that he would do that. Like, but it's so cool. Like the payoff is so good from it that I don't really care.
Yeah. I chuckled at that scene, you know. Especially.
It's still sick.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
No, well, the scene right after that when they're in the sauna and he's like, the sauna room, and the mom is like, oh, meet me in the sauna room, and she's like, oh, what do we do? The scene right after it, man.
I don't even remember. What?
Okay, no. I was just.
This morning. Wait. Sauna. What's sauna?
She texts him and she's like, come to the sauna room. Oh, you actual. And she's like, oh, what do we do? And then she's like, oh, did you wash your hands? And he shakes her hand.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that was a sauna room. But yeah, I remember the shaking the hand part.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous, you know, and that's why it's funny. Like,
kind of, but it knows it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think it pushed the boundary too much.
At what point? Not in the first.
The basement.
But that's the second half. Like I'm sure there's more to say about the first half.
I mean, I just have praise for it, you know, because I liked it.
I love the first half. I also love the second half. And I think overall it works as like a whole piece. The first half, like, there's so much cool shit about it. And I also love the fucking rich person's house is just like higher up.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has to literally move up to go to
and
it.
they're in a semi-basement.
Yeah, they're in a semi-basement. They're on like the top of the hill. It's like, it communicates everything like so well. So like visually, like you just get the point without having to waste time. And like the first half of this movie is like the best paced part of any movie like ever. It's so like snappy.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point where I was bored, you know. What I didn't like is what they tried doing with the rock, you know. The rock that symbolized wealth. They were doing too much at that point. They were trying to make it like symbolism, Like it was too on the nose.
Yeah, I would agree, but it almost felt like ironic because the fucking kid with the rock, whenever he saw it, he kept going, "Oh, this is so metaphorical."
Yeah.
Like, is that what you think it symbolized wealth? I gave so little of a shit about what it symbolized that I didn't think about it.
No, but
which I guess maybe proves your point.
If we get into the second half, like it's just like it's
Okay,
not
let's get into
subtle
the
at
second
all, you know. Okay, yeah. I think.
So wait, when we mean second half, do we mean from the point where the rich family go camping
Yes.
and they're staying in the rich family's house? Okay. So I think the most maybe retarded part of the second
Hey, don't use
half,
that word.
Oh yeah. The most mentally the most cognitively
Challenging.
shit
Okay.
part of the second half, but I also still love it, is when the fucking rich family calls her and says, "We are coming home in 8 minutes." Like that's such like a that is such like a fucking like they were coming up with ideas like how can we make an intense scene, and they're like, okay, halfway through when there are like 2 people who can reveal everything about the family, and like the guy in the basement, and there's like broken bottles all over the fucking house. They're gonna come home in 8 fucking minutes, but it's like they just do it. Like they didn't hold back at all. They just like do the most like intense, insane shit in the second half.
Are you serious? Is that the most ridiculous thing? That they're coming home in 8 minutes?
Yeah,
there's literally people living in their basement.
But it makes sense.
No.
Okay. The basement thing. When I first watched it, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But then, the justification for them having the basement is like, "Oh, what if North Korea attacks?" And I was like, I mean, yeah, probably. Why would rich people not have like a hidden bunker basement?
I know. Listen,
it makes sense that there's a basement. The basement.
It does make sense that there's a basement.
Makes sense.
But it doesn't make sense that because he has loan sharks, he's staying there. Like,
well, yeah, maybe they could have made him like a wanted criminal or something, like a wanted.
because like loan sharks, they can't be that bad, man.
No, but maybe that was like some sort of like commentary on how strict they are with that sort of thing in South Korea. That's how I interpret.
Yeah, good. I mean, I've never been, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, me neither. But maybe we should search that up. Maybe that was like a point of like how strict they are with. What was it again?
Loan sharks. Loan. I don't know, something.
Yeah, there was something to do with like a loan, and he had like a fucking shop or something. But yeah,
I
get it. But in a way, if they made him like a wanted like murderer or something like that, it would have been more silly. Like if you're gonna have a guy hiding in the basement, it's kind of hard to not make that retarded.
Wait, but you know,
not retarded as they could have.
You know, legally, I'm pretty sure he does have rights to stay in there. Because you know about squatters' rights?
No.
Do you know what squatters are?
Yeah, I know what squatters are. I didn't know. I thought it was illegal.
I don't know. I don't know about the laws in South Korea, but I think he should have like some rights, no? Because he's been staying there like before them.
I didn't even know the squatters' rights were a thing.
You didn't know? People are outraged, you know, like they leave their house for like 2 weeks and they come home and the door is locked.
Huh. I don't know. We don't know the laws in South Korea, though. I'm pretty sure this is like at least somewhat accurate, maybe a bit exaggerated, but at least somewhat accurate to the laws of South Korea.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
even then, like,
I don't know. I felt like then it just pushed the boundaries of being ridiculous a bit too much. Like I was just like, because it felt very. I mean, it didn't feel very grounded, but I felt like this could happen in real life. You know, the first half. Then the second half, I'm like, what?
Honestly, I found the mom's like stupidity to be like the most unbelievable part of the movie. Like, I genuinely found that a bit less believable than the person who is.
I mean,
like, but okay, wait. What I want to know is, what do you think of the ending? Because
I have so much to say about
that's the part that people are most divided on. Because even people who like the movie seem to not like the ending.
Oh no, the ending absolutely ruined it for me. Because the main point of the movie is a story. You know, it's all about how good the cinematography is, or like.
Yeah.
I mean, the acting was good as well. It says about the acting, but the main reason you watch it is like the story, the actual like plot, you know.
Yeah.
And I just fell off completely for me. It left such a bad taste in my mouth. I wasn't able to give it anything above 5 out of 10.
But what, when we say the ending, are we talking about when they all fucking get stabbed?
Yes, the climax.
I love that, but that's like
What?
Okay, I'll explain, because the movie starts out like pretty low stakes, and then it like slowly builds up with like each family member getting to the house. Then they poison the maid, and it's like a bit more bad, I guess. And then it gets like worse and worse. And because the whole movie's escalating to become like crazier and crazier, this person in the basement, like it kind of needs to have like a really like over the top ending, because the whole movie's escalating. So like it makes sense that the climax would be super crazy to me. Like when I watch that, it's like considering like how the movie has been progressing throughout. Like it just felt like a logical way to do it.
Yeah, okay, I guess he could have been, there could have been a murder in their basement, yeah? But why did the dad have to kill, the rich family's dad, you know? That was so stupid. Just because he said he smells bad, he had to kill him. I'm not even joking,
No,
like, I was so mad at that scene, man.
Okay, so the guy in the basement killing, who does the guy in the basement stab again? Jessica, right?
Yeah, Jessica, yeah.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
It does.
That makes sense. It makes sense they could be after him. And then, I mean, I get what you mean, but the dad has literally just seen his daughter like get stabbed right in front of him.
And instead of taking her to a hospital, he grabs a knife and commits a murder.
No, but thing is, the last scene's so chaotic. I'm trying to remember like the exact.
It's in slow-mo though.
Happens.
It's in slow-mo. Oh yeah, wait, I remember it.
Okay, yeah, go through everything that happens, like
Okay.
person dying by person dying.
He comes out the basement.
Yeah, stabs the dad.
No, for the rock. He takes the rock, and this is what I didn't like. They're trying to say like, oh, chasing wealth will get you killed or something. Like, because the rock symbolizes like on a material wealth.
I get that, yeah.
It was too on the nose for me. It wasn't subtle at all. Like, I don't know. It should.
I don't. They
didn't.
That, but I think like, yeah, the rock thing's a bit pretentious. Like it, like I don't watch this movie and then afterwards I'm like, that rock thing was really fucking deep. Like the movie wouldn't be the exact same without it. I agree. I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. So first he kills him with the rock, yeah.
Yeah.
And two drops on the head, and he still survives in then. But that's later.
But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, okay.
I have issues.
That's so ridiculous.
My main issue with the movie is not the climax; it's everything after the climax.
Okay. Then he goes up. He stabs Jessica, yeah?
Yeah.
And then everyone starts screaming, you know, like, oh my god, and then the mom starts like rolling on the floor.
Which mom?
The poor mom.
Okay.
And then both the dads, they come out and they're like, oh my god, what's going on? And they start carrying people, and then the poor dad, he has his hand on Jessica's wound, yeah?
Yeah.
And then he sees his son Kevin like on the back of the little girl, you know, the girl.
Yeah.
And then the rich dad, he's like, give me the keys.
Yeah.
And then he's just looking like for like maybe 10 seconds. He's just looking, and that pissed me off so bad because it's in slow mo as well, so it's like he's taking so long, yeah. And then,
but come on, the shock kind of makes sense. Like, if you've been in like a really fucking intense situation, you go still.
wait, have you seen the video of Uncle Drive?
No.
You haven't seen that video?
Uncle Drive.
Oh, it's all over Twitter. The people watching, they've probably seen it. Search up Uncle Drive on Twitter. Basically, it reminded me of this situation as well.
Okay.
Because, so there's this uncle, yeah? He's driving an Uber or something.
Yeah.
And there's like one like bad guy. He's like, you know, affiliated.
Uh-huh.
He's in the back seat, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So he exits the Uber, and like 5 ballied up guys, they start saying like, oh, is that you? Wallahi, that's you. And like they get a knife, and they start like trying to stab him, and then he runs inside the Uber, and he's like, Uncle Drive. And then the ballied up guys, they punch through the window, and the window smashes, and Uncle is like, oh my gosh, my car is broken. And then he's like, Uncle Drive. Yes, real.
Oh.
And he's getting stabbed. He's bleeding like in the back
This is where he
seat.
gets stabbed in the arm. Does he get stabbed?
Yeah.
Oh no! So that video was sent to a group chat I'm in, and then someone watched it. Was like, hey, don't send shit like that here.
It wasn't that gory.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm glad.
No, it was just like cuts in the arm. And he's like, Uncle drive, and he was like, oh my gosh, my car, and then he drives like after 30 seconds. Like it made me feel as frustrated as I was to the uncle, to the dad over here.
But it's not unrealistic.
Yeah, I mean.
I think that.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, is this movie realistic?
No, I think that is. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think that's far from the least unrealistic part of the movie. I think the fact that like he just like stands like fucking like in shock, that makes sense to me. And then he stabs the dad, which is like a bit. But honestly, like
No, wait. First, his motivation was so stupid. Or
what do you think the motivation? Wait, what do you think?
Okay, listen, because they tried making it very clear to you. Yeah, he throws the keys, and it's like blocked by someone, and then he's going to the guy in the basement, the rich dad, to pick up the keys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he smells him. You know the semi-basement smell that he said, and he like holds his nose. He pinches his nose, and then the dad just stabs him. That was so dumb.
But I don't think that's that dumb because his daughter's just died in front of him. He's just seen his son, who he thinks is dead at that point. And then this rich guy, like, doesn't really show much shock from. Also, do any rich people get stabbed except for the rich?
Yeah, I think so. Because like,
I think so, but I can't remember.
There aren't many side characters in the movie, no? Like.
Yeah, but I mean, do any of the main rich family except the dad get stabbed?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. What is it?
Come on, it's stupid.
Yeah, like I get it's a bit dumb, but it's the fact that he blocked his nose and he didn't really show any sympathy to the fucking dead girl, Jessica. Like he barely showed any sympathy to Jess. Like he didn't show any.
Oh yeah, because they were carrying some other like rich people, no?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. So it makes like obviously it's not logical, but in that scenario, I can completely buy that character would do that. Like
you would stab him, like because
I get it.
He just ruined his own life. It just pissed me off so bad because the mom and Kevin later on in their trial they were like given a suspended sentence, no? So if he would have been normal and not like retarded, then they would have been fine. The ending would have just been like, oh, they're back, but no. And especially,
why would he have been thinking that logically at that point? He wouldn't have.
But why would he go out of his way to do something stupid? It's like just.
I've done that many times.
Yeah, okay, but that's you, man.
Dumb.
Yeah, that's you, but they're not gonna. The movie. Why does the movie choose to be ultra realistic now?
It doesn't.
Like.
So is your issue with the last scene that it's too realistic?
No, I'm saying like, okay, he's acting like this, yeah. It's no one would. You're saying that's how a normal person would react.
I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's too ridiculous. Like I'll buy that it happened. Maybe it's not the most likely thing.
He stabbed her. The guy in the basement stabbed Jessica. No. He got stabbed with a sausage or something.
Why Jessica? It's not named Jessica.
Fake name.
Okay.
He got stabbed with a sausage, whatever, skewer, something.
Yeah, the fact there was a sausage on that.
And then after, the dogs are eating the sausages.
Oh yeah, I remember
that. Was so stupid.
Like, I don't know. I don't.
You didn't think what the hell? Like, if it was like what was the takeaway from the movie in the end, man?
What, like the message?
Especially, like, okay, wait.
I don't know. I think
in the end,
to be like an intense movie. I don't think.
But it tried, like I don't know.
Like class struggle showed how there are rich and poor people in Korea who are treated differently, and I think it was just like a thriller. I don't know. I just view it as like a really good thriller.
Yeah, but you know what? Really, okay. The climax. Okay, I didn't like it. Yeah. I thought it was a bit too far-fetched, too ridiculous. But the end, like when he's.
Okay.
Oh my
That is
goodness.
my biggest. That's the main thing that
No,
brought me down from a 10 to a 9.
That knocked me over the edge. Like I was fuming. Steam was coming out my ears. You know, I was so mad.
No, well, okay. The stuff before in the movie that's like a bit retarded. For me, it's mainly the fucking like how retarded the mom character is in the rich people's house. If the movie ended right after the climax, I think it would be a 10. I think even with my like small issues, it would be a 10 out of 10. But the fact that it goes on for another 10 minutes for me, I don't necessarily hate anything that happens. What I don't like is it's such the movie. You know how it fades to black right before that.
Yeah.
When he like walks in, he like opens the door and walks inside. That climax is so shocking and like so like high intensity that if you ended the movie where it's cut to black, it would have like you would have left the movie with that same intense feeling. But they go on for another 10 minutes, so that shock kind of wears off. So by the time the movie's ended, you're like, oh yeah, it was amazing, but you're not like still recovering from the ending because it gives you like 10 minutes to recover. And I think that was a really bad decision.
Mm-hmm. Especially because how badly done the last 10 minutes was.
Listen, the last 10 minutes, they don't really change anything much, which is why I don't care about them. But, like, so, the fact that the guy gets hit with the rock, I forgot his name, the fact that he survives, it's kind of funny.
It's so dumb. 2 times! And there's a pool of blood as well. You know?
But he got brain surgery, and he had, like, he was laughing like hysterically.
Oh yeah, I mean, good for you know. I used to have this guy. Yeah, he used to work in my house. One time he was cleaning the top of the fridge, and the fan was on, and it was a ceiling fan.
Oh fuck!
And the ceiling fan hits his head, and there was like a pool of blood like that. I don't know. It gave me like traumatic flashbacks.
Did he survive?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But I remember like my grandma was like,
being hit by a fan isn't as bad as having like a massive rock.
no, the fan's spinning like fast. The ceiling fan. You don't have these in UK, yeah. But the ceiling fans, they spin really fast.
But what were they made out of? Like, same material as that one there?
No. Oh, I don't know. It was like some like plastic metal, like something like that. No, I think it was.
That kind of proves my point. I don't think it's that retarded that he survives.
Yeah, but like twice.
I mean, like, the only thing about the last 10 minutes that changes anything before is that it just gives you a bit more information of what happened.
Wait, you know what I don't like? They tried making like, I don't know, it felt to me like the whole movie was for nothing, you know? Because in the end, he says, one day I'm gonna get rich, and when I get rich, I'll buy the house. Couldn't you think of that at the start? It pissed me off so bad. Like, so what'd you do all this for? It was so soppy, it was sentimental, and it just pissed me off.
No, okay, listen, when I first watched the movie, I fucking hated the last 10 minutes as they were happening. Because I thought that because you know how they showed footage of like his plan working and them living there. I thought that plan was like canonically like happened in the movie and it worked. And that annoyed me. It's like, why the fuck? Like, you had an amazing open ending, and then you just like explained it all. Like, everything happens afterwards. But then the last shot, like, literally the last shot, saves the movie. Because he goes like, but I haven't started yet. And the implication with that is the plan's probably not going to fucking work.
I know.
That's what I think the implication is. That makes it a bit better.
If he had that mindset in the start, you know, I'm going to get money, like, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of the point? Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Like,
but my issue with the ending isn't actually anything that happens. It's just so unnecessary. Like, it changes nothing about the rest of the movie. If you just took away the last 10 minutes, the only difference would be that the ending would have been more ambiguous and more interesting.
Wait, it shows the cyclical structure of trying to gain wealth, because...
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I thought of that now.
I guess that's what they were trying to do then. Okay, that makes more sense.
Because now he's the one in the basement.
Yeah.
I mean...
Okay, that's cool.
I think, like, jail wouldn't have been bad, you know, like...
I mean, if you're gonna just lock yourself in the basement anyway, then...
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
You get food in jail, you know, like... Have you seen homeless people, like, killing people, like, to go to jail?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Seen, but I know that it happens.
Yeah, like I don't know. It just felt a bit ridiculous, especially because maybe because the dad, when the house got flooded with the sewage water, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but I like that scene, by the way.
I love that.
And then when they're all in the gym sleeping,
Yeah.
and the son Kevin asks, "Oh, what was your plan?" And he says,
"If you don't have any plan, you can't think."
"Okay, that was a bit pretentious, yeah." But I mean,
it was a cool, like, I don't know. I think it was.
I mean, it's like foreshadowing, because he didn't have a plan in the end, and he acted irrationally, and he stabbed him, and that was no plan. I mean, it kind of went back to bite him, yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess the whole movie is like that, because the son first he wanted wealth, no.
Yeah.
And he got no wealth, and then
the whole family, I guess.
The whole family wanted wealth, they didn't get it. I guess that's like. What you want comes back to bite you. I guess that's what they're trying to say,
But all that could have been communicated without the last 10 minutes. Like, the
definitely.
only thing the last 10 minutes does is that it annoys me slightly that he survived the rock being hit in his head, but I don't really care about that.
Wait, you know what was ridiculous? Like,
I just don't like how it kind of, like, it could have ended on some... Have you seen Whiplash?
Yes.
You have. You know how that movie ends at, like, such
yeah.
Mm-hmm. The ending of Parasite would be like you would end the movie with, like, so much shock and hype, but then it just lets it die down at the end, and that's probably just to make it more accessible, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what were you saying?
What was so ridiculous is how a guy who hasn't seen sunlight in God knows how long, who hasn't eaten in, like, I don't know, like, one day, like 2 days, he's only eating like a banana or something, and he's overpowering so many people. It just pissed me off, man. Like, how is he doing this?
That's a very good point. I didn't think of that.
Because you know what vitamin D deficiency does to you.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been like there like in sunlight for like.
I was also thinking of that, but I don't know, man. Maybe she gave him vitamin D vitamins or some shit. I don't know.
No, because
my thing is, like, if they pause the movie to say, by the way, the reason why he's still okay is because I've been giving him vitamins every day.
I mean, they could have when they were feeding him, she could have like placed vitamins or something.
I guess.
It just but like he hasn't been fed in like what 1 day, and he's overpowering a youthful guy. And how old is he? He's like, he has blood on his face, and he's still he's still running.
Does he have blood on his face at that point?
Yeah. Because he was banging his head for the.
No, I swear.
He did.
The very first time we see him, he has blood on his face.
No, not first. I'm talking about when he's chasing the Kevin. When he's chasing Kevin, when he comes down to give him food. When Kevin is holding the rock.
At the very end.
At the climb.
About, like, in the middle, when he kills him. Yeah, but doesn't he just use the rock? How does he kill him exactly?
Okay, first he has like this loop thingy, and like he gets him by the neck. Yeah. And then
but he doesn't overpower him.
No, he does because then
it's a surprise attack, and then he throws the rock on him.
No, he first escapes and he starts running up the stairs, but he's so slow, and somehow the guy who's been in the basement is fast enough.
But he just had the fucking thing tied around his neck. He wasn't planning any of this. He's scared as shit.
So fight or flight.
No, wait. I gotta say, actually, by that point in the movie, he had already had the banana. Like, he
Shut up! No, he didn't have enough food, man.
No, but remember when they're, like, upstairs on the sofa making the whole
family
go
like North Korea, yeah.
He might have eaten something.
But still, he's not.
But still, the fact that he got beat up so earlier before than tied up, yeah, maybe that's a tiny bit not believable. I guess, but just the fact, like, he ties up. I don't know. If it was like a fucking fist fight, and then that would have probably annoyed me more. But he gets the he gets the advantage over him with, like.
And with Jessica, it's a surprise attack, yeah.
Yeah, it's a surprise attack. So I don't know. That's why it didn't annoy me.
Yeah, but still, like, I still don't understand how there was a need to stab the rich dad, you know. But I mean, you're saying it's believable, but.
I mean, if it didn't happen, I don't know. I feel like it adds a lot. I feel like it adds more to the movie.
It took me straight out the movie. I was like, what the hell? Why would he do that? Listen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on. That's what everyone says. Like, oh, I fucking hate the ending. And then I'm always like, Can you think of a better way to end the movie?
If they all just go to jail.
What, like...
Wait, and you know what's so ridiculous?
Wait. They all go to jail at what point? Like, the stuff doesn't happen.
No, Jessica dies, like...
And then they go to jail.
Yeah.
I would rather they just didn't explain anything after the climax. I wish
I understand that, yeah.
And then it ends, and then you're like, what the fuck?
Because like Whiplash has one of the best endings, you know. If
I haven't seen that movie in such a long time.
But you know how it ends, like
but I remember how
it's the climax. It's like the tip top of the climax, yeah.
And it literally fades to black. You could literally just make another version of the movie, but after it fades to black, it ends, and it would be just a better movie. It would be such a better movie.
I would bump it up my rating a little bit, but not that much, because I mean, wait, and you know what's so ridiculous? I'm going back to the first half now.
Yeah.
How are they getting jobs with no qualifications, no ID, like, you know?
Okay, well, okay. I can justify this. The first guy was recommended by the last English tutor.
Yeah.
The mum really.
Oh wait, I just realized.
And she really.
The girl who's learning English, she's cheating on him.
Yeah, I know. Do you not realize?
What?
Yeah, but how?
And it's a pedophilia as well.
How old is she? That's what.
She's in high school.
Yeah, I know, but how old in high school?
Oh no, this is bad.
I don't know how old.
Cancel Parasite.
When does high school end in South Korea? Can we check this?
I swear they have a really bad schooling whatever.
Wait, actually, I'll search up how old is Kevin in Parasite and how old.
College. He's supposed to be in college, you know.
Yeah, I know, but the years they go in college and stuff is different. In the thing is, I think,
But I'll be honest, yeah.
The age difference was something I was like, what the fuck? But that kind of, I don't know. I don't think it took away from the movie. So I'm gonna search up how old is Kevin in Parasite. In Parasite, the relationship. I'm looking at Reddit. I don't know if this is.
It's probably like some theory, you know. It's like you said, you know, what doesn't need to be in the movie isn't in the movie. I mean,
yeah.
But this should be in the movie to make sure it's not pedophilia.
So he's like 18 to 19, Kevin. Let's assume 19. He looks more 19 than 18. And the girl's like 15, 16.
I was thinking like 14.
I was thinking possibly 14.
But I mean, because South Korean people have a baby face sometimes, usually.
Yeah, let's say if he's 18 and she's 16, it's not that bad.
I know, but isn't she...
15 and he's 19, that's a bit fucked up.
Isn't she a bit of a... I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. A hoe. Because...
I guess kind of, yeah. I think you're meant to get that, though. No, but even more than that, he's an asshole for letting his
Min says, the friend says, he's gonna marry her, yeah.
No, Min says he's gonna officially ask her out after university or college or whatever, and then later on in the movie, when the parents have gone camping and they're having dinner, not dinner, when they're all drinking, he says the same thing about her.
But marry instead, no?
Oh?
I don't know, he said he's gonna marry her, like...
Yeah, both of them did.
No.
Both of them said the same thing, that they're gonna...
It's like a parasite.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no, the main character's a bitch for, letting his friends...
Yeah, if I was the friend, I would throw hands, man, like...
Yeah.
Nah, that's just not right, you know?
No, he's an asshole for that. I'm surprised you don't, that's one of the things I like about the movie as well, they admit that quite early on. They kind of,
I mean, it's a bit on the nose, no?
Well, you said you only realize now.
Yeah, okay.
So, not really.
I mean, yeah, okay, I guess so, yeah.
But, I'm glad they don't talk about it, wait a minute, I thought she was dead. No, there could have been a fucking scene where they were making out, and then he was like, but what about Min? And she goes, fuck Min. I'm 100% sure that in some version of the script they had that scene. And then when they rewrote it, they took it away. I'm very glad they did. Because again, who gives a fuck about that sort of thing? Also, this is something interesting. And this is a very specific comparison to Killing of a Sacred Deer. Both the movies we talked about have a daughter character who betrays her family for some fucking older guy.
Yeah, that's not like feminist, you know. Like,
Yeah, but no, but like but what I completely forgot about this movie is that the fucking rich daughter helps the poor family. Like she knows they're
how
all
come?
related. No, because remember, so after the rich parents have sex when they're under the table, right?
Yeah.
And the Kevin gets a message saying, "My parents are knocked out. You can leave now."
What?
Do you not remember that?
No. My subtitles were like in Chinese or something.
What?
And my subtitles.
That message.
Yeah, my subtitles were like tweaking.
Oh no! You know when they leave the table, he checks his phone. It says it's her saying to him that it's her saying to him like, okay, they're asleep now. You can go now. So she knows everything.
Oh.
She knows everything. Maybe not like the guy. Okay, she doesn't know about the guy in the basement, but she knows at the very least that Kevin was hiding under the table.
Yeah,
she her parents for that. But it kind of makes sense because she's like a moody teenage bitch.
And she's in love with him.
Yeah, like I get that. Like I know it works. That worked enough for the movie. And also like he's an older guy, so he's probably good at manipulating younger girls.
Yeah.
Into like I don't know, it's pretty fucked up. That's like part of the movie. Like I completely forgot that she helps him.
Wait, no, but doesn't he like actually like her though?
Think so? Kind of?
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, the parent sex scene where the...
That is such a good scene.
What? It was unnecessary.
No, that's such a fucking...
it was weird. It's like, they want to be poor, you know? She's like, buy me drugs. Something like that.
Yeah, no, she was pretending to be the
But she was...
who was getting fucked by the driver in the car.
Wait, maybe... Because didn't he say, are you wearing those pants?
Yeah.
And then the dad knows that it's his daughter's whatever.
No? What do you mean? No, because the driver gets kicked out.
Because of the daughter's panties.
Yeah, but they don't know
Jessica.
it's the daughter's panties. They think it's some other girl's panties.
Yeah, but maybe he had some resentment like, oh, that's my daughter.
What? It wasn't the daughter's.
It was!
What are you on about?
The panties with the daughters.
It was the poor girl's daughter.
Jessica.
Yeah.
And then
But the guy doesn't know that.
The guy thinks it's some prostitute or whatever, yeah?
Yeah, or like someone on drugs.
And maybe... Did the poor dad know that, that it was his daughter, it was Jessica's panties?
No, of course not. Of course not, Russ. Because Jessica puts them there to make them think that the fucking driver is like...
No, I'm talking about the poor dad! The one who got the driving job later.
Oh shit! Yeah, probably, yeah.
Then he would... Maybe he would have been like resentment, like, oh, that's my daughter.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
That's a really good point. Yeah, maybe.
That could have been it, you know.
But it doesn't show his face in that scene, but that's actually... Yeah, that's a good point, because...
It does show his face.
Yeah, I know, but not in reaction right to that.
Yeah, okay.
That's a very good point. I didn't think of that. Yeah, because he's like, oh, if you were wearing the panties that we found in the car, I would be so hard right now, which is so fucking kinky. That's so kinky. And then she's like, oh, buy me drugs, like not cosplaying, role playing.
Foreplay. It's called foreplay. What?
No, foreplay is different.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Like role playing as the girl who got fucked by the driver in the car, and then you're right. Then the dad would be like, "Oh, he's talking about my daughter's panties. What the fuck?" Because even though like the daughter doesn't explain that to the dad, like
he didn't say the driver's when he was. Never mind.
Also, what do you think of the part of the movie, like near the start, where the driver gets kicked out, where she uses the panties to make the parents think that the driver's been fucking people?
I mean, yeah.
That could have been dumb and unbelievable, but I think it made a lot of sense.
No, it's believable.
Yeah, because the driver was like flirting with her, oh, come back to mine. So the parents probably knew he was a bit like that, and then she knew, oh shit, that would make it believable.
And then like he was just conventionally attractive, you know.
Yeah, and then what I found funny was when the parents are talking about it, he's like, the dad's like, oh, you know, normally we'd find like sperm on the seat or like hair on the seat, but all we find is a piece of panties. And you think that he's going to say, so obviously she's been set up. But instead he's like, that means that the person who he was fucking was on drugs. Like,
and it's a
so
dramatic,
dumb.
and she like screams the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, it's so fucking dumb. But the fact that he says something so retarded kind of makes it work more. Because the movie's like admitting how dumb it is. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's trying to show like poor people are street smart, yeah, and rich people, they're not.
Yeah, kind of. But I don't like what this movie would have pissed me off if they were glazing the poor family the whole time.
Yeah, I mean,
and if the rich family were like assholes, because even the poor family admit that the rich people are like nice, and they're saying sure they're nice because they're rich, but still, like they're saying that they're nice, and I like that about the movie. I like that the rich family know they're assholes, and they know that the poor people are like kind of good people.
Yeah. The whole movie is just juxtaposition, yeah. Because one of my favorite scene of the whole movie, you know, when they escape from the failed camping trip, and they start running, and it's raining. I don't know that scene, like the slow transition from the like minimalist like open spaces of the rich area to the cluttered like cables. I really like the scene where they're walking down the stairs, and there's just a bunch of cables, and the camera's panning down to them, and it just shows like how like cluttered and just like hectic their life is compared to the open. And
you know what I really find interesting? This is like, thing is, when I think about this movie, I just think, oh, it's a really fucking like good thriller movie. The one thing about it that kind of works in like more like symbolic, like deeper level for me is the poor family's in the rich family's house, and then they're looking out at the rain, and they're like, oh wow, the rain's so nice. Like, do you remember they're talking about how nice the rain is? And then they go down to where they are, and it's flooded, and they're pissed off. And then the next day, the dad's driving the rich mom, and then she says like, oh, the rain yesterday was so nice, like on the phone. And then the dad gets really pissed off, even though when they were in the rich people's position, they were saying the same thing. So that like
they're flawed,
and but I think it also shows the effects that class has on them. Because like, remember the line when the poor mom says like, oh, if I was this rich, I'd be super nice. Like that literally shows that in like the span of like 20 minutes, like just that like subtle like thing, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it must be a big problem, no? Like class.
Yeah,
classes.
That Bobby Mo's rich as fuck, so like he can't really talk anymore. But,
who?
Yeah. The director.
Yeah,
he's rich as fuck now.
Because I haven't watched Crazy Rich Asians, but have you watched it?
No.
Why?
Because it looks like shit.
Oh!
Well, it's got nothing to do with this movie except it's Asian. Is it also called
They're rich.
Rich Asians?
Yeah, exactly. So it seems like prevalent, you know.
That's the dumbest statement.
Shut up.
Oh wait, have you seen Memories of Murder?
No.
By the same director again. Very good movie. The main actor in that movie is the same one as the dad. The poor dad.
The dad. I don't know. He was kind of unsettling for me.
Yeah, but honestly, if this movie had worse acting, it would fall apart.
Yeah, I did like the acting.
In this movie?
I did like it.
Oh, yeah. No, because, like, there's so much unbelievable shit about the movie. If the characters' like performances didn't seem believable, that would have been like the last straw. That's what I like. Like, it gets all the subtle things like completely right for me, like the acting, like the cinematography, to the point where like you can kind of ignore the bigger things that sort of make no sense, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think they push the boundaries a bit too much, you know.
But at what point do they push the boundaries too much?
The point where he stabbed, where he took the knife, and he committed a murder. Like, see, a better ending.
The basement makes less sense than that.
No, come on, like squatters.
Yeah.
You don't know there's a whole community of people, where the people watching the podcast can go on Reddit, I forgot what it's called, it's like frog something.
Frog?
It's something, and then these people, they get an adrenaline rush by living in other people's houses, and like hiding underneath their beds, and they're like, oh god, you didn't know this? It's a whole community of people, and they just like the thrill of like hiding in other people's houses. So it's quite believable to me, but I think a better ending would have been if you know where it's like slow mo, yeah, and the dad is holding Jessica, and he's like, oh, and it's slow mo and everything. If it cut to black and they're in jail, in prison, that would have been a better ending, more believable. Like, cause the fact, like.
But wait. I have a very important question. So you said that in the second half of the movie, after the guy in the basement is revealed, then it starts to fall apart. That's what you said.
Yeah.
But what you're saying now is that the part where it starts to fall apart is the very end. So would you have been okay with the basement stuff if the ending wasn't so?
Listen, no, I think that was the beginning of the end. Like, I can see why the basement here. It is ridiculous, obviously.
Wait, move the mic I don't know, just closer to the laptop, so then you can fade. Yeah.
Obviously, it is ridiculous, yeah. But from a movie standpoint, I can see it can happen, obviously.
Yeah.
But like the climax, you know how you know how people portray climaxes in graphs, yeah. It goes all the way up. For me, it went all the way down.
Why?
Because
come on,
okay, it was intense, yeah. But I was the whole time I was just like, what the hell? How did the movie with so much potential in my eyes, good acting, good cinematography, how did it fall apart in the end? Yeah, because it would have been better if they just went to jail. Because then in the end they learned their punishment of greed and I don't know
Well, they definitely get punished at the end.
I mean the mom and the Kevin, not really.
Yeah, sorry. Their fucking daughter and sister died.
Wait, how did they get a suspended sentence? I don't
care. But the thing is, that's another thing. I don't hate, but I just nothing in the last 10 minutes needed to be established. The last 10
because nothing changes.
Yeah, it changes nothing, which is good because it means it doesn't really ruin the movie. But it's it would have just been better if it just ended on that fucking high at the end. Then you would imagine seeing that in the cinema and it ended when it faded to black. You'd be, even if you didn't like the ending.
Yeah, standing ovation.
You would be full of fucking adrenaline from the fucking ending. But instead, it's just another 10 minutes lets you process the ending, and I feel the chaos of the ending would have been better. You would feel it. It would have felt more chaotic if it wasn't for the wind down afterwards.
Yeah, it gave me more time to reminisce and process wait, this doesn't make any sense, you know?
Yeah, if the movie just ended, then you'd be talking about it more also because you'd be what happened to this character after it faded black? What happened to this character? But it kind of just tells you, if the movie happened, if the last scene happened to the point where it didn't have the last shot, and it was implied that the plan actually worked, and it shows the plan working, I would be way more mad. But the fact that the plan doesn't work shows it's kind of hopeless, and it shows the cyclical structure. I get it.
Yeah, no, but
I get it, but it's in my eyes, it's just so not necessary.
Yeah, what was the point? What was the point of him saying, "Oh, get money"? Whoa, was money the goal in the end? The whole story is supposed to tell you, maybe money isn't everything. Because now he doesn't have his dad, he doesn't have his sister. What's it trying to say, you know?
One thing about the movie as well that I forgot about, and it's just the sister betraying her family because it's shown so quickly. But remember how the guy's doing Morse code with the light?
Yeah.
The guy in the basement. The guy who was hiding there. And you know how the kid was always looking at the light flashing? Do you remember the shot where he's writing down Morse code from the light? Yeah. So the kid's actually been reading his messages the whole time. So what's he saying? He's thanking his dad. Which is interesting because I guess he just never told his parents.
I mean, who would believe him?
Only in one shot. Well, they could have just checked the light and then seen if it matched up with the color.
I mean, even if it did, it could be a complete coincidence. I mean, it was really ridiculous that part as well. What if he wakes up at 4 a.m. and goes up the stairs? What happens then?
Who?
Nathan Park, the rich dad.
What, he sees the light flashing?
And he doesn't see the light turn on because he's sleeping. The guy in the basement sleeping.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. What happens then? It's so stupid, man. It's supposed to be sensor controlled, yeah? What if he's asleep? Then what happens?
Huh? Wait, I don't understand your point.
Explain
your point better. It doesn't make
the
sense.
light is supposed to be controlled by a sensor, yeah?
It's controlled by the guy hitting the thing.
They think it's controlled by a sensor. The mom
really?
says, yeah, one time when he was doing the message with the light, yeah, the guy in the basement, the mom says, oh, the sensor's gone batty. That's what she says.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
So it's supposed to be controlled by a sensor. So what if, like, when Nathan Park, the rich dad, he goes, like, up and down, what if the guy in the basement's sleeping and doesn't turn it on? Like...
But what was it sensing? Like, where's the sensor?
Oh my god, have you never...
What do you mean?
You don't know...
What do you mean?
Or if it was some third world country, the light, it's a motion sensor.
But where is it sensing the motion from? What do you mean? Where is it sensing the motion from? From like the parents' bedroom or from that room?
When you walk up the stairs.
How do you know it's from the stairs?
Motion censored lights.
Yeah, but how do you know it's sensing the motion from the lights and not some other motion from somewhere else?
Wait, what are you saying?
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Okay, I'll say
this. How
this.
do you know that the motion from the stairs is what's being sensed?
Because when he walks up the stairs, it lights up one by one.
Really?
Oh my god.
What?
Wait, okay, listen. Are you aware of an invention called moon... I don't even know what I'm saying. Are you aware that lights can be motion censored?
No.
When you walk in a room and the lights turn on.
Oh, yeah. Like
in school. Yeah, in bathrooms as well. That's how the lights work in that, because she says the motion sensor's gone batty, yeah? But...
Oh, wait, I have a point then. I'm sure the motion sensor still works, but it also turns on when he bashes his head.
Oh.
Did you
Okay.
That's a dumb fucking point.
No, because it just adds to the absurdness of the movie.
No, because when he's like hitting the button thing, what the fuck is that button actually like?
Turning on the light!
Yeah, it also works as a motion sensor. So the motion censoring would still work. I don't think that's a plot hole at all. I just think it's a bit interesting that the kid was actually reading Morse code.
Because he thinks he's some genius, you know, like schizophrenia zone. Like, wait, you know the Jessica, or I think they done this really well in the movie. They don't show what she does in her lessons.
That's a good point.
Like,
that's a good point, but I don't think that's like a genius thing. I think that's just because you really don't need to know. Like, that's just...
No, I was curious. I was like, how did she get him to be behaved? Because, you know, after the first lesson...
that's so true. That's so true. Like, how he bows to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, she must have found out a bit about the schizo thing.
Yeah, because she said when she came home, she Googled it.
Yeah, yes, but also, he said, oh, did something happen to him in first grade? So in the first lesson, she must have got him to open up about something
like torturing
like
or something.
No, but she was probably just like manipulating him to admit something that would shock his mum. Like, oh, what's one thing about you that scares your mum? Some shit like that, maybe.
No, but he's out of control. Like he doesn't listen to anyone. I think she might have like abused him or something, you know. Because she's like that. They say.
I think she could have just been very manipulative. I think she could have said that thing about the ghost and going, oh, that's a big problem. This is how we fix that. And he's like, oh, finally, someone's talking to me properly about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That scene was funny though. Where they show like him the one where the son, the little boy, he's eating the cake and he sees the guy in the basement's head pop out.
I mean, oh wait, one thing the movie does do well though, related to that, is at the start of the movie, it's like, oh, the son had a schizo thing happen to him in first grade, but like, you're like, oh, is this going to be revealed later, or is this just not going to be like established anymore? And actually, I forgot what it was when I was watching this time, and I was like, okay, yeah, I guess it's not important enough to be established. I thought that was just another thing about the movie that they weren't gonna explain because it wasn't needed. But the fact that they didn't make it that like important at the start meant that when it was revealed, it wasn't like a reveal you were waiting for. It just happened and it made sense. Does that you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that was actually done very well. I really like that.
The movie doesn't like include anything that it doesn't need to, you know. Like
Yeah, except
if you
for the last 10 minutes.
yeah.
It's so annoying because the whole movie is like fucking like perfectly paced, and then the only redundant stuff in the whole movie is at the very end. It's so annoying. It's so annoying.
Like
if there was a redundant 10 minutes in the middle, I would have forgotten about it.
Yeah,
because it's at the end, it's annoying.
It's the taste you're left with in your mouth.
Yeah. At the end, yeah.
I don't know. The whole movie feels like really small. You get what I'm saying? Like tight knit.
Like it has like. No, what do you mean? Like small scale, or like just it has nothing like pointless in it? Like everything is like extremely like intentional.
Like nothing is really like explained or something. You know, like why can't they get a proper job? Why?
Well, but you just imply that sort of thing.
No, why can't they just get an account on Indeed, man? Like it's not that hard.
Yeah, but yes, but at the same time, this would have paid better. But I like that as well because you know you didn't need to know all those details. Because those details would have just been there for like nitpicky assholes to go. Okay, well, I guess this little. Do you know the YouTuber YMS? Your movie sucks.
Yeah.
I fucking hate him.
Me too.
I used to be obsessed with him when I was like 12. I used to be obsessed with him.
He acts so smug. I hate him.
Yeah. And he's the kind of guy who, like, I'm not insulting him personally, but like he's the kind of guy that if he was watching this, I know I think he really liked this. I can't remember, but he would be if they explained something like oh, this is why this happened specifically. Like, well, I guess this makes sense. But like, it's a fucking movie. Like, very little parts of this movie are so retarded that I feel like they needed more explanation. I think most of it, if they explained it more, it would have been more retarded.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you went into detail about like every single like potential fucking like plot hole, just so that you couldn't pick out plot holes, that would have been annoying. Like,
I mean, because you know, the dad he was just a random driver. Yeah, they didn't show the interview with him or anything like ID.
Oh no! But I love the scene where when he's driving the bus for the first time, and the boss is like, "Oh, this isn't a test." But then at the end, it has the close up of him holding the coffee.
Yeah.
He was Did you realize?
Oh yeah, cornering.
Make sure it didn't spill.
Yeah.
Like it cornered, and he was like, and then you see the coffee didn't spill. It's like, oh, very good corner. You're like, oh, so he was testing him. That was smart. That was like a really good way of showing that, because like that's what I love the most about this movie is like the fucking Bong Joon-ho. I think I'm pretty sure he also wrote it. Like he was at the script. He was like, okay, in this scene we need to get the driver to be hired. We need some reason for the fucking rich dad to trust the driver, and you could have been like the rich dad talking to his wife at the end, going after being driven, said, "Oh, it was a very good drive. He was very good at his job. I'll hire him." Like you could have done some dumb shit like that, but they show not tell. They show do a lot of showing this movie, not that much telling. Like with the coffee, like that was a very because you see the coffee at the close up at the start of the scene, and I didn't realize like what the point of that was, and then he does the turn, and then it shows the coffee belly moving. It's like that's like a very smart way of doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the way it shows information is so cinematic, even if it's not realistic. It's just another good example of that is the first time when the mom's like, "Oh, I want." When Kevin first gets hired, he's like, "I want to see how you tutor my daughter," and then she's watching, and he like, what does he do? He like holds her wrist,
pulse.
And then she's like, oh, "What the hell is he doing? Is he a pedo?" I guess it's like foreshadow again, and he's like, "Your pulse is too high." I can't remember exactly, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Like no one would fucking do that in real life. It's like the most like movie dialogue ever, but it works. It works.
Yeah.
Kind of
Wait, speaking of the dialogue, you know what I found really funny when they randomly speak English. Did you notice?
Yeah. I kind of like that though, because that's how people talk in real life. Like,
in South Korea, you've never been to South Korea.
I mean, no, but like when I'm talking with someone who knows enough, sometimes I say like phrases in Swedish, even to people who don't know Swedish. They're like, I've done that to you, right?
No.
Like, under up. Oh, yeah, right.
You've never
said. What are you doing? Okay, fine.
Okay, so.
I don't know, but that's the thing that people don't like to do in movies, because like, oh fuck, we really need to add subtitles for one fucking line. But like, it's kind of, I don't know, it's realistic. I like that. I've seen movies where they do that a lot more.
Dialogue does feel natural in the whole movie. But I think that's
except for one. except for one. When Jessica, this is my only problem with the climax. When I did the same in your subtitles, because when Jessica gets stabbed, when I was watching on Netflix with subtitles, when Jessica gets stabbed, the subtitle said, "Oh shit." Did you also have
Yeah.
I really hope that was just Netflix bugging out.
No, I was watching 4K movies, not 2, man.
And it still had that subtitle.
Yeah.
Who says it? Does Jessica say it?
Yeah, because that's her personality, you know? She's like vulgar or something.
Yeah, but she... Come on, oh shit, and then gets stabbed. Like, if it was in English, that would have annoyed me more. I was trying to gaslight myself into thinking that was a mistake in the subtitles. I really hope so.
It reminds me of like, oh, he's right behind me, isn't he? Like...
What movie is that for?
In every like, cartoon, like Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah.
It reminded me of something like that, you know? It was a bit corny.
But it was so quick. But, like, that's kind of what annoyed me about that. Like, the thing is, this doesn't bring down my rating at all. Like, it's so minor. But it's like, did you really need to have her say, "Oh shit," before she got stabbed? Like, it's literally like a half-a-second thing, but it kind of broke my immersion. Because it'd still be like, "Oh my god, she just died." I was like, why the fuck does it say "oh shit" in the subtitles? But I was really thinking it was just Netflix bugging out. Thing is, maybe in Korea, there's like a more like... Maybe she like screamed like, "Oh shit!" I can't remember how she says it.
Just like normally. Nonchalant, yeah.
Fuck. Okay, that's dumb. That's my one issue with the climax. You did not need to have her say "oh shit."
And wait, and the blood on the guy's face, like why didn't he wash it off? The guy in the basement.
Why would you have washed it off?
He's been
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like, they just had to leave the blood on his face.
Where's the blood from? Is that when
when he's banging his head on the bottom.
Oh! But if it's his own blood, and then it would be like a wound, and then even if he washed it off, the wound would still be there, it might continue bleeding anyway.
But I mean, it's not a wound. Like, how do you get a wound from, like, brute force, you know, like, banging your head on a button?
That's true, but he probably just had other priorities other than cleaning his... That's another example. Like, it's more cinematic if he comes out with blood on his face.
Yeah, but how is... okay, yeah, I guess so.
It is. Like, that's the kind of thing that when you're watching the movie, you are not fucked. In the last scene of the movie, when he comes out to the garden, the shot where he comes in the garden, everyone's also just happy, and then he has the fucking blood in his face. That's a cool shot. When I was watching that shot, I was not thinking, "Why didn't he wash his fucking face?"
No, I was thinking that. I was like, oh...
Really? No, that's the kind of thing you think about afterwards, and then you're like, well, the movie was good, so I don't care. But,
yeah, I guess so.
There is a lot of stuff like that in this movie, but, like, I appreciate that the director did kind of dumb things in order to be more cinematic. Like, I think that's respectable. I respect
I guess so, yeah, because it's a movie, you know, it's not real life.
Movie, yeah, I'm just not trying to be it's not trying to be a super realistic movie.
Yep. I think that's the end of the podcast.
I don't really have that much. I feel like I had more to say, but I can't. Yeah, I think that's it. So, good 9 out of 10. I love it. If it wasn't for the last 10 minutes, I would still have some small issues with it. But it would still be a 10 out of 10. It would be a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for the last 10 minutes after Face to Black. But
yeah, but like 10 minutes of a movie, it's like 10% of it, no?
Nah, because it's like 120 minutes or something.
Yeah, so it's like...
Listen, it's just
if
annoying.
8% of the movie is not good, then like...
I'm not going to get that fucking technical.
Okay.
Like, I didn't hate the last 10 minutes. They're just unnecessary. And I mean, there's some of the stupid shit in the movie, but I still really loved it. So, do you want to know what I recommend for the next episode?
Wait, you didn't ask for my rating, man.
You said it was 5 earlier. Still 5?
You didn't ask if I had changed it.
Okay, did you change your rating?
I think, you know, like, after discussing any movie for so long and appreciating it, it's hard not to, you know, bump up the rating, yeah?
Yeah.
I'd say 6.5, because...
That's not bad.
Yeah, because in the end, you know, a movie...
Because you liked most of it.
I did.
The last part.
Yeah, I think it went, like, 2 off the rails, you know?
Yeah. You went from 4 to 6.5. It's a big change.
Yeah, maybe on a third rewatch, like... I'd go higher, I don't know.
Okay. So next episode, I recommend... I'm not going to rewatch it because I literally watched it a few days ago. For the second time. Do you know the film Team America World Police?
What the hell?
Do you know this movie?
No.
Okay, just watch it. It's sick. You don't need to know anything about it before going in, except It's by the guys who made South Park, and it's a
No.
Trust me, it's so sick. Like I know you like what do you like about South Park? The fucking animation's so good.
I don't like the vibe of South Park. I don't like cold places.
Cold. South Park's only cold in like summer. Okay, whatever.
Are you dumb? The whole thing is cold. They're in a mountain, man.
Yeah, I know, but normally it's not like snowing. Oh wait, no, yeah, Kenny's always wearing a jacket.
And Cartman is wearing whatever he wears, like the beanie.
Okay, that's a good point. Whatever, I don't know.
And the colors are washed out. I don't know.
The fucking animation's awful, but I love South. I watched so many hours of South Park in last week. Anyway, Team America World Police, much higher production than South Park.
That's good.
It's an entire, it's marionette puppets. The whole movie is marionette puppets. It's crazy.
Oh.
No, watch it without knowing anything about it, except it came out in 2004. It's super funny, and I'm 50-50 on whether you'll also find it funny. But bro, it's so short. It's like an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, then I'll watch it. Yeah.
It's just such a short movie. I'll send a link to it. But yeah. Okay. Next up, Team America World Police. Goodbye.